What up, guys? Because my GoPro is stupid, I couldn't get disassembling the whole video, but we got most of it. Basically, right here, I got the pistons and the rods over there. I got the cam gears over here. I got the crankshaft caps, or whatever you want to call these. Got the front sump oil pan out. Took the head out. I didn't touch any of the valves because I don't want to. I really don't have anywhere to put all the pieces, so I'm not trying to get all those pieces lost. I don't want the buckets to get lost, or those, whatever they're called. And then look at these beauties. I got the stock crank, pretty sick. Looks like it's been finished, refinished. So yeah, now I gotta talk to some guys and see what internals I need to get to start building this beast back. So thanks for tuning in. Alright guys, I'm here right now, dropping it off. That's the famous Mike. I don't know how famous he is, but I guess he's famous to me. Those are like the crankshaft back bolts. I don't know.
This is the one we needed.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
cool.
All that stuff. But then you're gonna need those two after you put the
yeah. So what were we planning to do with the head?
Basically, just redo the valve train and upgrade the cams.
Okay. Okay. So one of the major decisions to make.
I started a YouTube channel, so I'm like,
oh, did you?
I'm documenting like all the processes, and I do my own little.
All right. So here, this is a kind of an interesting thing, and this would be a good one for your YouTube channel. All right. So one of the few issues that you have with the 2JZ are the way that they do the shims. Now, they use a shim so that they can get the right amount of clearance between the camshaft and the follower, and this is what they call a shim over the bucket. So these are available in different thicknesses in order to get the right amount of clearance. The problem with that, let's walk over here. Stick that on the scale. But right there you got 43 grams. Now, a shimless bucket, which is the conversion we do on these, takes that down to 28 grams.
Oh,
so it's a substantial difference there. You know, you're talking about taking out basically about 15 grams. Yeah, about 15 grams. So not only do you get weight out of it, which lets you rev the engine higher, less wear and tear on your valve train, but you also eliminate a shim. And what happens sometimes is, if you're on the two-step or revving it real high and stuff, sometimes these shims will pop out. And if they pop out, they get caught between the camshaft and the bucket, and all of a sudden it's holding the valve open and the piston comes up and bends the valve. You know, these are typically a non-interference head, so it's usually there's lots of clearance. So it's pretty rare that you'll get a bent valve. But if you're going to get a bent valve, that's how you're going to get it. So one of the options is to go this route. And at the end of the day, if you factor in the cost of, you know, getting the new shims after you do the valve job for the right thing, it's really not too much more. I think it ends up being got to check the price on these. I forget,
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
it's about a $200 or $250 option, but you're getting something that's a lot better. So that's one option. You know, and I'll send you a quote with both of them so you can figure out what you want to do.
Perfect.
Also, yeah, here's the shims.
How it pops out.
That's how it pops out.
Yeah, yeah.
So normally they're this color.
Oh,
This one's had some limited oil changes on it, so it got a little bit tinted.
and that's why we're here to build it new.
Yeah, so that's what we got going on with that. Your crankshaft, they're getting ready to balance it. They were waiting for that one piece, but this is your crankshaft right here.
Nice.
So this machine here, once they slide that piece on the front, which they needed to do to make sure they had everything all set up so it's going to be how it is when it's installed.
That's hard with that.
This will turn it at about 500 RPM while this piece is on it, and these record how much imbalance there is. And then what we can do is we'll move it to the point where there's some imbalance, and we can grind off a little bit of the weight on there in order to get it so that it's perfectly in balance.
Awesome.
So we'll do that. I'll send you, maybe I can send you a little video of that for your YouTube or something.
That's fine, yeah, no problem.
So that's going on with the crank. Oh, so here's another 2Js so you can get an idea. So this one here, this already has that conversion. So these have the, come on out. The Shimless. So this one has, I think, GSC on those.
Nice.
But
throw that son of a bitch in there.
yeah. So that way you don't have to worry about any of that stuff.
Perfect. Nice.
Let me show you where your block is.
Is that it, maybe?
Ah, yes. All right. So
Oh, wow.
what's been done is
much cleaner.
yeah. Well, a lot of the washing and stuff takes off the paint. It'll look good after we put a new coat of paint. But what's been done is it's been basically put into the CNC machine over there on a bar, and this deck surface here has been decked perfectly flat to the crankshaft. So both the crankshaft and that are completely in alignment. And then all of your cylinders have been bored the right distance from each other and all on the same axis also. And then it's gone through and been honed in the honing machine so that all of that's all the right exact finish. Yeah.
So smooth inside.
Yeah. Well, you want a combination of actually having, it's like a plateau, like you want a flat spot, then you want a little V groove to hold oil, and a flat spot and a V groove. And we can actually measure what those numbers are. We use...
It's crazy. I love how many different machines you have here.
Yeah. I thought we had the profilometer here, but
That's
anyways,
cool.
it's basically electronic fingernail that goes through and drags a little thing around here, and it feels the ridges and how deep they are. And from that, we can get the exact balance of the amount of groove we have to the amount of bearing surface to the amount of little peaks, and get that all balanced out so that every single cylinder in here is the same, so that when we go and put your pistons and rods and all that good stuff in there, the piston rings are going to seal up perfectly on it. So you'll be all squared away with that. So, yeah. Well, what we'll do is I'll have them inspect the head. I mean, it's dirty.
It's dirty, so like,
but
if you look at, like, you see there's some rust in there. That's why I want to change basically everything.
yeah. But it doesn't look like there was anything necessarily wrong with it, besides just, you know, a little lack of
Care.
maintenance and care in it. You know, if you saw anything where there was wet oil on one and the rest are dry, you just kind of look for, you know, the same thing across all of them. And it looks like, you know, you know, besides the fact that was a little bit neglected, I think it's going to be a good candidate. You know, the other thing you can look at is these areas here, and then see if there's any like kind of grooving or things that happen and scratch up. And it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks pretty decent.
So, you know,
Awesome.
cleaning this up, it's a good candidate for that. What we'll do too is, so that if you decide to run a higher lift cam and get more performance out of this, we'll do it. You can see it on this one here. We've got a CNC program. We put it in there where it takes it and it will machine all those out and clearance it. So you see how these are clearance?
Yeah, definitely.
So now that camshaft can come and it won't hit the side of the head. We'll get that all squared away for you.
Thank you, Mike, so much.
No problem.
Thanks for giving us the little tour, the rundown.
No problem.
I'm sure my 6 viewers are gonna enjoy it.
Yes. Well, six turns into 6,000 before you know it, then 60,000, then 6 million.
You never know. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll update you once I come back. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hit the subscribe button for more upcoming videos. Thank you and have a wonderful day.